Okay, that video's done. What was the next one I was gonna do? Oh yeah, that came out, didn't it? Hello everyone, Mystery here, and today I'm going to be talking about Persona 5 Strikers. A sequel to the original Persona 5, not Persona 5 Royal for some reason, that ended up being like Dynasty Warriors with style. It was developed by Omega Force MP Studios and published by Atlus. Though I have never played a Dynasty Warriors game, I am sort of familiar with games in that style. For example, Hyrule Warriors. This game officially came out on February 20th, 2021, but I got to play a bit early thanks to getting the deluxe edition, which also gave me the soundtrack and other stuff, and also let me play the game 3 days early if you pre-ordered. Reminds me of how Square does the pre-orders of Final Fantasy XIV and their expansions. I'm going to try and keep this as spoiler-free as I can, but I will show some gameplay spoilers, and I will be spoiling a ton of Persona 5's story, since the game does expect you to have played that game before this one, so that's the only warning I'm going to be giving you. Alright, with another long intro out of the way, let's get started. Persona 5 Strikers started around 3 to 6 months after the events of Persona 5. The protagonist, who I named Ren Amamiya, as per what Atlus said when it comes to the anime and dancing game, and Morgana come back to the place it all started for summer vacation to make memories and have fun with the Phantom Thieves. Ryuji, An, Makoto, Futaba, Haru, and Yusuke. The first day is nothing but fun with food, chatting, and just hanging out with everyone, while also coming up with summer plans like going camping. While they discuss plans, Futaba starts talking about the new app that has been making waves called Emma, who is low-key similar to Alexa from Amazon and Siri from Apple. Unfortunately, what they don't know is that there is an epidemic of people's hearts being changed, that the police have been investigating for quite a bit, making the Phantom Thieves the main suspect. This is where one of the new characters comes to play, Sengichi, a member of Pop Sect, and I would say a more mentor type of person. And that's all I'll say because what happens later is spoilers and it still makes me cry. The next day, while you and Ryuji go shopping for supplies, you meet a fashion designer named Alice, who makes me think of Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland, the way she's designed, outside of a store opening. She then gives you a card with her friend code on it for Emma, so you could friend her? Okay, one way to get people to follow you on Instagram. Once you put in the code, all of a sudden, you're back in the metaverse. Wait, I thought we got rid of the metaverse. How did it come back? Anyway, you end up in the metaverse again and watch people's desires being taken from the shadows. What is this, Kingdom Hearts? You can't sit and watch for long because you get arrested by the shadows, but you try to escape them at least. They take you to see Alice again, who is now more like the Queen of Hearts than the Mad Hatter. Tries to steal your desires, but since you have a persona, she can't, and so she sends you down the trash. Literally.
Looks like we wound up underground. I'd say it's some sort of garbage dump.
After that debacle, you run into a box that turns into the second character of this game, Sophia, and as she puts it,
I am Sophia, humanity's companion.
low-key, she is an absolute sweetheart and really fun in battle. Someone give me a statue of her because she is adorable and she reminds me a bit of Aegis from Persona 3. Thanks to Sophia, you are able to escape the metaverse and run back to tell the others, and thus begins the journey. You learn what you stumbled upon is a dungeon known as a jail, and Alice is the monarch of it. Wait, you can become the queen of jails? After her defeat, you then go on a road trip, and that's as far as I can go without spoiling the rest of the story. There is one more character you meet in the game, but I won't say who because they get important later on, and it's almost as obvious as Akechi, who is not even mentioned in this game. Not even once. That just makes me sad, but I prefer Royal Akechi than Base Akechi. Now let's get on to what I can talk about and what most people were curious about since the first trailer. The gameplay. Now this may sound weird, but the gameplay to me felt a bit mindless at times and had me remember playing Kingdom Hearts a lot because I kept hitting the same button that got the job done. Pressing circle. To note, I played the PS4 version that can be played on the PS5 via the backwards compatibility. It also gave me some bonuses for having both Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal, so that's neat. Also, if you have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on your Switch with the Joker DLC pack, you get a bonus there as well. Sad for my PC peeps, you don't get that till you beat Strikers for the first time. I'm not sure how the game runs on the PC or Switch versions, since I don't own them. But if you do, let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, the combat is just you hitting a bunch of shadows with your weapon on the Phantom Thief choice, and sometimes using your persona to hit their weaknesses. If you knock a shadow down enough, you do an all-out attack, and it mostly kills the shadow and those that got into the crossfire, making some of them less of a hassle to deal with, and the battle's shorter. It does get better after you get more done, like using the big lights for doing a death spin, or using a car to explode it for damage. You can run out of SP faster than you can chug a bottle of water on a hot summer's day. Thankfully, you can go out and go right back in without wasting a single day, story-wise. Now, the main thing that I love about the game that helps a lot is the Showtime Attacks. Each Phantom Thief has their own Showtime attack, and it's always flashy, stylish, and brings in some pain. They do take time to build, so you can't always spam them unless you have items to boost that quickly. I love how each Phantom Thief gets their own unique Showtime attack that fits the character. My favorite was Yusuke's. The Persona fusions are back with the Venza, who I remind you was of course the twins in the original Persona. Yes, it's part of the story, and this is another reason why you need to play the first Persona 5 game to get why it's only Lavenza now. But no Igor this time. It might be because this is a spin-off title and instead opted for the assistant, which is fair. She still does her job well and gives you more ways to fuse later down the line. I also love that if you want to keep your favorite persona, you can just use the persona points to level up your personas. I had Arsene throughout the whole playthrough. Don't regret. You get these points by battling or picking up masks that the shadows drop. Speaking of masks, Joker is the only one to hold multiple personas, but the thing is, you don't get them by just sweet talking. You get them by defeating them in battle and having your mask drop. To get more of them to drop, you have to put points into them by bonding with your friends over food, doing some side quests, and you get them naturally in the story. I love those moments because it shows how much closer the Phantom Thieves have become since the original game. Now, the question you might be asking, how do they make sure they hit hard and not die? Well, Sophia is not only a great ally in battle, she also handles the shop you use to get the equipment and items. Each area also gives you items specific to that location, but they may also pop up in Sophia's shop later on. The jails are also different depending on the monarch and the location you're at. These places are varied and have a lot of great places to explore. Low-key love the second jail in my opinion because of how it hits for one of my favorite characters and his growth, and I just love it! Now repress return this time around, so either you kill a big boss, fight a certain amount of shadows in a specific way, find junk parts for people, or to replay a boss fight to get you stuff you might need, and these quests always have you going back to earlier jails to finish them. Aesthetically, they did fantastic, keeping to the style of Persona 5, but also making some amazing menus that I like staring at times. Audio, I have mixed feelings on. Now, the music is great, and the main battle theme is a great listen, and the cast does well voicing their character, if I could hear them over the music at times. So, the audio mixing had some issues as I was playing and watching the cutscenes. Just listen.
Ooh, watch out! Miss President's gonna unleash her fist of justice.
Once a Phantom Thief, always a Phantom Thief.
Oh, right! We should figure that stuff out.
No, stop! Don't bring that up. Not now, please.
Overall, I really enjoyed myself with the title, despite the audio issues and a bit of the repetitiveness of the gameplay. But that's what you expect with something that's similar to Dynasty Warriors. That's basically all I can say as of right now, as to not spoil the whole plot of Persona 5 Strikers. But I will say my time with this game has been memorable. I love the story they put out and made me love the Phantom Thieves that much more. The gameplay, while I did find it mindless, did also keep me on my toes in certain areas, and I enjoyed how they handled the new characters, as well as the setup. Overall, I say if you're a fan of Persona, and have been a bit hesitant on the game, I'd say get it on your preferred system of choice, and have a blast and bring tissues. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and also watching and loving the last video. I have been very much more creative in this sort of new format, so I want to try and give this the best that I can. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye!